If you're looking for the best Belgian waffle recipe, this is it. Whole grains, fiber, plus 14 grams of protein and an antioxidant-packed blackberry compote on top. Perfect for Sunday mornings. Hi, and welcome back for another healthy and delicious recipe. It is Sunday morning. I've got my coffee right here and we are making Devon's breakfast waffles. Now, typically every Sunday I get a break from cooking because Devon, my husband, makes these waffles every single Sunday since my twins were maybe 2. But this recipe is too good not to share, so I'm gonna show you how to make these awesome Belgian but healthy waffles. To get started making these healthy waffles, we're starting with our flours. 2 cups of all-purpose flour going in, then 1 cup of oat flour, and 1 cup of whole wheat flour. And you could mix up flours to your liking. You could certainly use all-purpose. I like the combination of the all-purpose plus oat flour plus wheat flour. And this recipe has been tweaked many times over the years, and this has been our favorite combination of flours because then we get more fiber with the oat and the whole wheat, but a little bit of the lightness from the all-purpose flour. Next is our baking powder, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1.5, and then something else unique that we add is protein powder. 2 scoops, which is about 1/2 cup. 1 and 2. Oh, and this is vanilla ice cream protein powder. It just smells so good. Now we whisk this together. And this recipe makes a lot. We're making 14 waffles because I have 3 boys plus my husband and myself to feed. And we like to freeze the extras so that during the week, especially during the week when the kids are going to school, we can toast up a waffle, cover it in a little peanut butter and honey with some fruit. It's a great quick breakfast for the kids. Okay, our dry ingredients are mixed. Fantastic. We're gonna set this aside, mix up our wet ingredients, and whip up some egg whites. Now for our wet ingredients. We are gonna separate 8 eggs. Sounds like a lot, but remember, we're making a lot. And again, you can have this recipe and only use 4 eggs, but we're making those 14 waffles to enjoy some now and freeze to have later in the week. So I'm gonna separate 8 eggs. These waffles started out when we lived in San Diego and our twins were 2.5 maybe. And one morning they asked for donkey waffles, just out of the blue. And Devon and I looked at each other and we're like, well, okay, let's make some waffles. So we made waffles and we sprinkled green sprinkles on top because that's what we had on hand. And we said the green sprinkles was the grass that the donkeys eat. And that's how this tradition started. So then it became Devon's thing that he makes every Sunday. I look forward to it, my kids look forward to it, and they get to pick sprinkles that go on their waffle every single Sunday. And honestly, when we have family come visit, they look forward to Devon's waffles every Sunday as well. And while these are Devon's waffles, I have definitely made them many times. Being a military family and a military spouse, Devon's been deployed or on workups, and I mean, just countless times. So to keep the tradition going, and just to make us still feel like a family, even when he's gone, I've made the waffles many times, but truly it's best when he makes them and I get a break. Now we add our sugar to our egg yolks. It's just 1/4 cup of sugar for all these 14 waffles. But remember, the protein powder does have a little bit of sugar in it. Plus we're gonna top it with that delicious blackberry compote over top. So good. Okay, and you want to whisk your egg yolks until they turn a pale yellow color. This is a little bit of a morning workout, so let's go. Whew, there we go. Okay, we have our pale yellow color. Now, vanilla. just half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Remember, we get some vanilla flavor from the protein powder. Vanilla, whisked it in. Now for butter. There is a whole stick of butter, 8 tablespoons in here, but when we divide that out through 14 waffles, it's only just a little bit for each waffle. Okay, you can see it's thickening. And now for buttermilk. 4 cups of buttermilk. Buttermilk really helps make the waffles kind of tender. If you don't have buttermilk or can't find buttermilk at the store, which happens to me pretty frequently, you can use any other type of milk. We use almond milk a lot just because that's what I buy. And then fill it up almost to the 4 cups and then add a tablespoon of white vinegar, and it will give you almost the same effect as if you had buttermilk. So that's kind of the cheater's buttermilk. Okay, we have our liquid. It's gonna go into the dry, and then we'll fold our egg whites in and start cooking these waffles. Okay, next step, liquid, nice and thick, is going into our dry. Let's make sure we get all the goodness in there. There we go. And then here's another key. We're whisking it, but we wanna just whisk until it becomes smooth. You can definitely over mix. Any type of baked product, you can over mix. You start to develop the gluten, and we really only want that to happen when we're making bread. But when we're making something light like waffles or muffins or a quick bread, we just wanna mix until it's incorporated. Okay, so that is good. Now it's time for our egg whites. Okay, now we get to whip our egg whites. We're gonna whip these so that it incorporates a whole lot of air to them, and it makes the waffles nice and light and fluffy. Let's get going. We have our 8 egg whites in our mixing bowl. You wanna use your whisk attachment, pop it on, lock your mixer, and then whir it up. And it'll take 2 to 3 minutes to get to the consistency we want. Or if you don't have a stand mixer, you can definitely mix them with your hand mixer on high until it gets to the same consistency. Okay, this is the consistency that we want. Nice and light and fluffy, but not quite meringue, not quite super thick. So they're gonna hold up like this and make our waffles nice, light, fluffy, and delicious. Last step for our batter. These beautiful egg whites are going in. Let's use a spatula. You can just dump them all right in. And again, I'm a big fan of scraping out the bowl, getting all the last bits in. Set this aside and then fold. So you want to go start in the center, scoop to the outside, center again, scoop to the outside. And I like to rotate the bowl to do this. Just keep turning and folding. If we did really hard whisking or really hard mixing, we would just deflate the egg whites, and that defeats the whole purpose of whipping them up and having that lightness. Here we go. We'll keep mixing until they are, about 95% mixed in. Because if you go beyond that, then you risk deflating all your egg whites. But you can see it's kind of bubbly, jiggly. We're adding that nice lightness to our batter here. My spatula around the outside and do one. This batter looks great. I'm gonna get my waffle iron out and get it preheating, and then we'll make our blackberry compote. While our waffle iron heats up, let's make our blackberry compote. It starts with 2 cups of either frozen berries or fresh. If you went with fresh, you can just get a pint of fresh blackberries. They're gonna go right into our saucepan. And this is super, super simple. Turn your heat on medium-high. And then our other ingredients are 1 tablespoon each. So 1 tablespoon of water, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, amp up that berry sweetness a little bit. And then to bring out the berry flavor even more, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And that is it. We're gonna give it a mix, bring it up to a boil, and then we'll let it simmer until it gets thick. Just a quick note on the frozen berries. They will take a little bit longer than fresh because they obviously have to thaw. You can see a little bit of steam coming off the frozen berries. If you want to make it quicker, put a lid on to bring it up to a boil. and it'll go a smidge faster for you. All right, now that our berries are boiling, got all these bubbles around, you can see they're softened, starting to break down just a little bit. Now we'll turn it down to a simmer and let it simmer for another 5 minutes. And the berries will release a little bit of pectin, which helps make this a compote and thickens it up just a little bit. If you wanted to break the fruit down even more, and I like bigger chunks, but you could take a fork and use the back of a fork to break these blackberries down even more. But I like it like this. I'm gonna turn the heat off, we'll let it cool, and then it'll be ready for waffles. Our waffle iron is heated up, it's ready to go. You can see this bad boy has gotten a lot of use over the years. I think this is our second or third version. We have the double Belgian waffle maker like they do in hotels, and it's kind of fun, but I have 3 boys to feed, 4 if you count Devin, my husband. So this is just way more efficient for us. But you can use a single one, you can use one of the square ones. Just make sure it's going to be one that works for Belgian style waffles. It is hot, so take care. You wanna spray your waffle iron with some sort of nonstick spray. And then mine came with this little scoop, and we use this because it gives you the perfect amount, although I still will overfill it and make a mess. So first waffle, oh, you hear the sizzle going in. And then our tradition, our routine is that the first waffle goes to our 5-year-old, and he happened to pick blue sprinkles. So I'm gonna put a little bit of blue sprinkles on top. Makes it special and fun for Sunday morning. Now to the next. Batter goes in. Okay, I did not get enough batter on that one. You guys can't hear this, but Devin is watching, judging my waffle filling skills. I think I did pretty good on that one. There we go. Cook your waffles according to your waffle maker's instructions. Each one is a little bit different. So for us, this will take about 3 to 5 minutes per waffle. And while we continue to cook, I keep the waffles that are finished in a low 180 to 200 degree oven to keep them warm. Our first waffle is done. Look at that. Blue sprinkles for a 5-year-old. Perfect. All right, let's take this one off. Ooh, it looks so pretty. And let me tell you, the smell of your house, it's gonna be so good. Okay, here is how we top Devin's breakfast waffles. A little sprinkle of flaxseed. Get those omega-3s that are so good for us, for our heart, our brain, our skin, all the things. And then look at this blackberry compote. Syrupy, chunky fruit, so yummy. I'm gonna put a nice dollop on top. Ooh, my dollop went astray. It's okay. Right in the center. And then I warmed up a little syrup. We'll give it a little drizzle to finish it off. Now, how is that for a Sunday morning breakfast? And the best part, digging in. I want a little bit of the compote, syrup, flaxseed. Oh my gosh. The berries are tart, but sweet. A little bit of extra syrup is fantastic. And then our waffles are filled with filling oats, whole grains, fiber. There's 14 grams of protein in just one waffle. I'm telling you, plus these will really fill you up with that oat flour. I gotta go for a second bite. Blackberry compote. Fantastic. Cheers to Sunday morning waffles, a breakfast tradition. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'd love it if you shared it with someone who you'd like to enjoy these waffles with, or maybe you want someone to make them for you. Don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe to follow along for more recipes like these delicious waffles and nutrition tips. And I will see you in the next video. Bon appetit!